So, welcome everyone. Um, g0af just informed me now that he will pre-play his game against shkodder, and yeah, that's why I jumped in relatively quickly here. It's spontaneous because he's gone for the next couple of weeks, so he had to play his game before that, and that's why we're here for the game between g0af and shkodder on Krupa. So let's see what lovely divisions we got here, and then let's talk about that. So we got Hartenek at 44. Okay, interesting that shkodder didn't ban Hartenek there. And 44th is also an interesting pick. I think it's a good division, and I guess with 3 Soviet divisions banned, it's a solid pick because your best divisions like 26 or 3rd Guards Armored get banned, but still don't see it too often. Kingu, it's not. It's really the official start is tomorrow, but people are allowed to play their games before if they know they can't play it in the official week they're supposed to play the game in. So that's why g0af, because all the everything is already finalized. So that's why g0af and shkodder are allowed to play their games now because they already know they would have to play next week, and g0af knows he cannot play next week. So yeah, that's why we are here with Hartenek versus 44. Another nice river map named Krupa. g0af playing balanced against shkodder playing Vanguard, so shkodder really has to secure himself a bridge here, or even 2, to get somewhere. Let me post it on Reddit as well. So yeah, here we go. Who do you guys think would win this? I know g0af is a really good player. This is Division 2, so second Group A. Let's go for it. Manstein, that is. So this is this group with Tunica, Metalface, Scout, and Paulus, and shkodder. So yeah, tournament is started. All the brackets are finalized. We're still 0% in, but yeah, that will change today. Yeah, who do you guys think will win this one? Between shkodder and g0af? Or do you think they will draw? Which is also an option, you know, compared difference to other tournaments that we have usually going on. Two Su-76s, Guardian DPs, really good unit. That's one of the advantages of 44th Guards Kobe, having quite a bit of those. Ognos are good as well. What did I do? Okay. Yeah, I think on this map it was weird from shkodder to not go for balanced. I think on Krupa you should try to go for balanced, but it's his choice. And yeah, I guess you have a chance to break through here. Okay. So Kingu, are you playing in the league? What is your name in game, or is it Kingu? Because I think I don't know if I have ever seen you in game under the name Kingu. But yeah, already got a headset here for Go, which is good against S276s, and really good against T-34s. Okay. SU-76s. These are good against SU-76s if you get in range, because SU-76s only have 35 millimeters of armor. But it depends. The two will try to secure the bridge up north. We have 3 T-34s already there and 9 Guardia DPs. I guess that's where shkodder wants to make the breakthrough. But he doesn't have any Oknomachikis deployed yet, so, which I think is a mistake. Deploying one here, smoking the bridge. Next one here, smoking this one, and then you can cross the bridge. Is, I think, a good way to try to cross this one. Also, maybe getting a mortar to smoke the bridge. That is another option that works usually to get up over there at least. If you can drag out, that's the next question. g0af has a mortar on his side. Another Yak Panzer in the south. Should work out fine against SU-76s as well. And yeah, the M42, Pak 184 Russian. Should work out as well. In the middle there's not too much. So yeah, really shkodder trying to go for the north. If he can get these 3 points, he should be fine. As I don't think there will be any aggression from g0af in the beginning. But he's pretty prepared for a northern push. With an T-34 and a Yak Panzer 38T, also called Hetzer, in the north. And here we go. Let's have a look on the deployment. So it's pretty defensive. I'm surprised by that. It's because shkodder will have to get over there. And yeah, defensive setup for g0af. He knows he only has to play for time. Time is on his side. Yeah, one M42. That's a good position for an M42 to shut down the bridge in the middle for the enemy. But yeah, if you go for 9 infantry squads and 3 T-34s, I expect more aggression out of you. This is a really, really, really defensive setup out of Mr. shkodder. SG-43s are in the south. And then M42 as well. Doesn't get the kill on the Panzer Grenadiers. And yeah, it's actually g0af getting the bridge because there's no Oknomachikis on the other side. And now he is in the positions. He doesn't have the most elite troops up here, but he has Stoßtruppen, M40, normal Stoßtruppen, and 1 Panzer Grenadiers and 3 Ersatztruppen, and 1 more Panzer Grenadier over here. So he should be able to hold the bridge if there's no artillery or anything. With only infantry pushing, I don't think you will be able to get the bridge. Might get the kill on the VK, but you will not get the bridge. SU up on the hill, M42 as pointed out in the position, so stop anything coming over the bridge. But yeah, shkodder has to do something. Oh yeah, now he brings an off-map, that's the way. Don't know why he didn't put it in from the get-go. Because he really has the forces to push over there. He also already brought in his commander, so this leader is really effective. All his guys with 2 stars. Yeah, Vani, that's already League Season 2. These guys pre-play their game from the first week, because g0af will be gone for next week. So that's why he has to play it before. And it's allowed to play games in advance if you know you're gone for the week. Well, Cylinder, I think he can be aggressive. He's on the way to be aggressive, so yeah, if he follows that up, I think he's in a fine position still. But g0af is really, yeah, I think he showed too many of his forces. I think if he would have kept the T-34s behind, that would have been a better play. Because now g0af knows where the aggression will be. But yeah, he really has to push somewhere. I agree that it is a bit too defensive. But he has the firepower advantage of Guardia DPs above Panzer Grenadiers and only a couple of Panzer Grenadiers and Ersatztruppen. So, yeah, if he now goes over the bridge, he should still be fine. With the infantry first, though. Don't move the tanks first, move the infantry first. He moves the tank first. And it goes in the wrong direction. You want to always show this way because that's always where the anti-tank guns are. And he even moves it in too early. And yeah, that was a bad move. But he gets this flag, he gets this flag. Now he needs one more flag. Bombs his own troops there, as g0af evacuated his guys early enough, and g0af really reinforces heavily. shkodder has to be careful, not just moving your T-34s over there. It's a good push overall though, and he kills the pack. He should kill the pack over here. But yeah, the T-34 has to be careful. Oh, he lost the sight on this pack. Oh, that's... Now it gets side-shotted again? Or does it? Well, it seems like it's still frontal shot, so... Can hold out against that. Gets a load of wounded though. Which is unlucky. Bail out on the VK. Thanks to the RDs. And he really goes for the airplay. Haven't seen that heavy of an airplay in a long time. Like really a lot of bombers. Should kill this. AT gun. Nearly killed the Ersatztruppen. I think it was a bit wasted over here. I think he should have also gone for. Should have also focused on here. Might have gotten the Jagdpanzer pinned down as well. Now he loses the next T-34, so only one left for now. More Guardia DPs coming. That's at least a 13-11, and he's over the bridge somewhat. Well, but yeah, good mortar usage out of g0af. And yeah, you can't bring in bombers forever. At some point, g0af will react. He has a 37mm though, but this will not be enough, I guess. Who also brings in the fighter. Can't rescue the bomber, but might get the kill here in response. Yeah, gets the kill in response. Okay, that's somewhat okay. You don't want to lose this bomber, but that actually might land in a unit? No, no. Oh, it did? No, it just pinned them down again, I think. Didn't kill them. Oof. Losing units in transport, never a good idea. Yeah, never get too close to Guardia DPs with your unit's unload spot. And a really interesting airplay out of shkodder. Don't know if it was worth it so far, but he has a lot of units now ready to bring in later. And there's not good at AA net for Harteneck. So he really wants to exploit that. But there's already a lot of tanks. 2 Jagdpanzers, 1 T-34, 2 more VKs. And the mortars for g0af to do a really good job. That's why shkodder now tries to push in itself, but there's also a Jagdpanzer here, there's a pack here that can deal with his suit pretty easily, and there's an MG and a Panzer Grenadier. The MG might die though. SG-43s ain't great, but in building against MG-42 only in the wood, they should still win. It's close. It's real close. And they win, but they're down to 1 man. would like to see another off-map. Hopefully he doesn't lose the off-map car here. That would be a real shame. Should be out of range now, yeah. Lot of guided EPs by now in town. And there is a T-34-85 that can deal with Jagdpanzers. But the Jagdpanzers can also easily deal with it, so it has to be used carefully. As it's dripping under fire by the SG-43. Another MG-42 is coming. And yeah, 13-11 will not be enough for it in the long run. It's good for at least having it at the beginning, for at least taking down g0af a bit, but holding on for till minute 40 will be real hard. DK dies. Reiter Eager with MP44 coming up, but T-34-85 already opening fire. So yeah, I don't like g0af's idea of just moving back in there. Well, he tries to get the flag back, but yeah, I think he should be just building a defensive perimeter and pushing in later. You don't want to throw units away like this. His mortar's doing a real good job. Really, really effective usage out of these SDKFZ 5-1s. Well, yeah, the question is how much can he exploit the airplay. I think that's shkodder's way to win here. What did the 34s coming in? Yeah, the Jagdpanzers are really in good position. Reiter Jägers should lose that, I think. Against 2-star Guardia DPs. So MP44s are powerful. But yeah, with the Yak 1B coming in, they lose that for sure. And yeah, g0af does the right thing, evacuating before the bombs are there, while using his mortars to demolish the infantry. It's crazy how deadly those mortars are. Ooh, great. Well positioned bomb run there, killing the AT gun. Pinning down, sadly not all troops though. Well, that's what he is going for now. And then there's little in the middle. He can bring up the tanks he has pretty fast, but still, as of now, the middle is open after this. Pushed a bit too early with the Guardia DPs, sadly. Got them pinned down. Well, at least they unpinned himself pretty fast. He also needs some infantry in the middle if he wants to push there. Don't want to over-invest into the north. I think one of those Guardia DPs should go in the middle. And these units for sure. Like maybe leave the T-34-85 up here, but the rest of the units should go into the middle. MG42 opening fire onto the Guardia DP as well. So yeah, these are really pinned down. Which might have been a bit too early. Yeah, he still has the 152mm off map. He still has to use that. Now he tries to. You cannot just move over the bridge like this. Driver killed while it is falling back. That's bad news. But yeah, g0af is also throwing in units a bit too hastily. So both sides being a bit over-eager in what they try to achieve. But I think it works out a bit better for g0af so far. Finally another off-map usage. Which I think is a good one, but not good enough. And no, this... Unload. Thanks. Still not a perfect unload. I think you want to unload your infantry over here and move them over the river and not via the bridge. And yeah, you don't want to throw any more tanks in there, shkodder. You nearly have the bridge in the middle. You already killed the AT gun, but now he gives him much too much time. Now g0af will be in position with 2 more AT guns and 1 more hetzer. shkodder's ideas are good, the execution is a bit lagging. Well positioned M42. Well, a bit, yeah, but pretty good position M42. Will get pinned down though by mortar fire and T-34 fire. And it's back to a 12-12. As the infantry of shkodder got forced back as well. shkodder now investing into the south. Trying to a 1-2 push. But yeah, he is in a bit of trouble. T-34s are too far in the open. And as I said, he gave Gove a bit too much time. Gets the flag back in the north at least, so it's at least ticking again for Gove for a second there. But yeah, it's still 24 minutes on a normal take rate. So shkodder has to find an opening. Yeah, it seems to be the south now. With another T-34, 85, and 4-time tanker Staniki? 4-time tanker Staniki, okay. Plus bombers. Doesn't have AA down here, he has to be careful with his airplay. But the reaction of Gove was too slow there. ME-109s cannot catch up to Yak 1Bs. The bombering run wasn't super effective though, either. And the T-34s in the middle got stuck down. The tank play of shkodder is really not that great at the moment. His infantry push I liked, but his tank play is what holds him back at the moment, I think. That's where he needs to be better. Two more AA guns coming in, so he really wants to go for the airplay. But there's a 7/1 now, and flak feelings are so deadly. And he hasn't done enough with his airplay to get the airplay. If you can steamroll and with it, it's really great. But he isn't in a position where he can start spamming his enemy to death with air because Gove is allowed to invest into AA and other stuff. Well, shkodder is really losing heart. Gove's usage of mortars was really, really great, helping him a lot in the town. And now he has the infantry advantage in the north. Push shkodder back here. Tanker Staniki making it to the other side, getting into range, nearly pinning down the Panzer Grenadier. Should be able to pin down the Ersatztruppen. Ooh, that was an overkill there. 2 Molotovs being thrown, even though the Ersatztruppen were already dead. But yeah, that's a good follow-up. That's what he needs. But he loses, maybe he loses his point in the north at the same time. He cannot allow that to happen. But the T-34 are well positioned for now. Able to push back to Jaroks. He has to be careful. But yeah, really, he has... So, he brought in 2 AA guns in the north, right? If he would have brought in 1 in the south, it would have been a much better choice there. Because then he could have used the 2s to support that. At least the MAs don't go for the 2. The 2 gets the bombs out and might actually escape. I think it escapes here. Just go realize that too late. Come on, shkodder. Push forward. Don't get back down too much in the north. You have a parry there. He has to reinforce in the north, sure. But the focus must be in the south now. For his micro. He has to get this flag as well. He has to get this flag as well. Or this flag. He has to get a trio of flags. And the south is super empty at the moment for Gove, so there's a lot of potential here. Gove starting to redeploy his units to the south, I think? No. It looked like it. He's rather focusing on pushing in the north. Loses his second flag. More guarded DP and Tankos coming up. And finally g0af realizes that he might be in big trouble in the south if he doesn't reinforce it. Bring in 2 Hajaroks and 2 T-34s. Question if that will be enough. As soon as these 2 MEs are falling back, shkodder can redeploy his air usage again. He loses a flag in the north though, he cannot allow that to happen. Yes, yeah, he realized that as well. Bringing in 4 sub-harries. Good deployment there, I think. As he has enough in the south to push this, if he uses this well. This still shouldn't stop him. He brings up the SU, the OBs, and the T-34-85. And Bomber, 1 more T-34-85. He really should be able to push this back. And get this flag as well. Where he's going. So yeah, he's capturing this flag back, he's holding the town. That's what he needs to do. And yeah, that's what he needs to do as well. But it's nearly sea phase, so yeah, and it's still 21 minutes at the clock for now. Ooh, he cannot lose the T-34-85, that's what would be really unlucky there. And he loses it. He really needs to get to this position. Also bombs the infantry instead of the tanks, which I think is a mistake. And, ooh. You have to use those units, shkodder. Why not using all those units you have back here? Why only the infantry? Really close to losing the flag over here. Got ADPs being pinned down, getting killed by g0af. And g0af is pushing forward. And yeah, shkodder being a bit sloppy here in the south. I really think he could have maybe won the game here. He would have been more decisive. I think it's still not completely over, but it is a lot harder now. And yeah, come on. Now he's microing in the north. Why? Bringing stuff in onto the middle. Okay, he wants to get stuff over there. Artillery? Okay, he brings in artillery instead of reinforcing the south. He has no AT weapons on this infantry. That really makes it hard. No guided DPs have survived down here. With guided DPs, those tanks couldn't get where they're as close as they are at the moment. But without any guided DPs and without any T-34s or SUs helping out, these units are infantry units will be mopped up eventually. I don't really like the way g0af pushes here either. As I don't think he needs to throw units away like this, and he might lose a couple here. But yeah, he can afford that at the moment. At least somewhat. While shkodder's income now is much lower than g0af's, so he has to be really careful. And yeah, this OB will die soon. Yeah, goes down before it even gives up the shot. Ah, shkodder, yet finally he realizes that he missed out on those 2 units. But this is too late. Now nearly all his, or a lot of his infantry is dead. He still has 4 squads there, but it's much more than necessary. Unlucky. Not having gotten a kill either with the M42 or the SU just yet. Really unlucky. The M42 just doesn't want to get a kill. Oh, it's firing on the M42 and not on the VKs. Okay, I thought it would fire on the VKs. Yeah, shkodder now really trying to push the south, but yeah, he just waited a tick too long there. And loses the flag in the north. His units in the north are really thinned out. Much more there for g0af. And by now the forces in the south also get close to even as g0af really uses the income advantage there. Bring in more stuff. shkodder still having the air superiority. But not using it decisive enough, I think, for getting away with the victory in this game. Well, T-34-85 is coming up. But he's fighting infantry with this instead of tanks. Yeah, there's just so much stuff for g0af coming in. Finally gets a kill on the T-34, but yeah. Yeah, g0af is pushing in north. Going over with the Tiger, going over with the T-34. And capturing 2 flags already. So I think g0af got this game. Pretty sure that there's little comeback potential now for shkodder. Has to fight tigers, quite a lot of them. He fights an uphill battle income wise. His losses already were higher. And infantry keeps on dying. At least gets a kill on the VK here. Bailout on the Jagdpanzer. If he gets a kill on the Tiger, there might be hope in the south, but yeah, he has to recapture the north as well. And that will be such a hard job to achieve. Ooh, and this AA gun here might die to a T-34. No, gets it to fall back. But Hetzer is taking that place. Brings in a lot of infantry. Ooh, but ME1 for 10s killed the T-34-85 there, I think. Yeah. And if these boys in the sky, shkodder's time will be even harder here. I still don't get why he didn't brought in the AA down here to save his bombers. And then try to go for a more decisive push. Like, he really has the right ideas, just the execution is what's a bit lagging. Not being decisive enough. The lack of decisiveness, I think, is what costs him the game here. Leaving units behind, a couple of mismarked situations. Yeah, now the 4010s really mop up everything there was left. Might get the kills on them, but it doesn't really matter. And should even lose the Yak 1B now for that. Kills one, doesn't get the second one. And yeah, there goes the Yak 1B. Doesn't even get the revenge kill when in the death animation. With this 410 has to be careful. Might go down to the 37mm. No, only like. Yeah, this is still the first game for Blurt. Yeah, I also think it's time to call GG here. g0af has this in his hands. I don't see a way for shkodder to come back here. It's a bad map for him. And yeah. Pretty sure he would have looked a bit different if it would have been a more open map. I think he was a bit scared to cross bridges, and then was just a bit undecided what to do. On a more open map where he could have maneuvered more, I think he would have. It wouldn't have been as decisive in the end. The result. I mean, he still keeps up a good fight, but there's not much chance here for a comeback. T-34 opening fire on the Ersatztruppen and Panzergrenadiers in the north. Yeah, he made a couple of mistakes in the early game that really cost him dearly. And then he had the right idea of pushing in the south, but was just not doing right. And yeah, now I think his micro is a bit all over the place. And yeah, even leaving his M30s back here still loaded, because he didn't have the time yet to micro them. But yeah, g0af really well executed. Really shut down the push over here pretty well with his mortar fire. Good setup all around. Good defensive setup. Though his anti-airplay was like really, shkodder had good airplay there. But yeah, it wasn't enough. And yeah, g0af reacted a bit too slow in the south, but it was... he was lucky because shkodder wasn't fast enough there. Now bringing in the M30s, but yeah. Even if they would kill one unit every 20 seconds now, or like with every barrage, every 2 minutes, would not be enough. Even if this artillery would do a good job now, his lines are just too thin by now. And the mortar usage out of g0af is just really, really good. These might actually be on... guess they're on counter barrage, because they're just on point. I think the more weird choice, like allowing Hartenick, but with 3 bans, I guess, is fine if you ban like Panzerlehr, 14th, and then 78th. But yeah, not playing balanced on this map, I think, is the weird choice. Playing an aggressive deck. Maybe he didn't knew the name of the map, didn't realize what group actually means when picking the division. Or maybe he thought he could still do it. I mean, he had the right ideas, but yeah, it was just the map, everything working against him, and then his execution not being completely on point, losing the game for him here. I mean, he still fights back as good as possible, but yeah, there's just too much on the field now. He even killed the... no, he didn't kill the tiger. There's actually 2 tigers straying around the woods in their natural habitat. And he has a lot of stuff he does is more like a balanced player from the speed. I wonder why he picked Vanguard. Maybe he thinks it's like the necessary 1v1 setup still. But yeah, because the setup fits more to a balanced player. He's more methodically pushing more methodically. The airplay, the artillery. Doesn't g0af moves his unit 1 bit to the back. Oh no, he's actually firing on the other one now. Okay, I see. Yeah. shkodder is still having somewhat of the air control, somewhat, thanks to his 37mm. Lost the one in the north though, and he doesn't have any fighters, so yeah, the fighters at Go at one point will shut him down, together with the 71s, 7/1s. Doesn't even get to no, he got the rockets off, but yeah, didn't got the kill there. IL-2 luckily survives. Yeah, now it's a 15-9. Go finally does the push in the south, and there's little to hold him back. His units don't look the best, but he has 5 infantry units over here. He has a commander on the way to repair the Tiger. Has a mortar, 2 AA pieces. And there's only 2 SUs, 2 guided EPs in the open, and 1 T-34 coming in. And yeah, g0af just reinforces. He can afford to just put stuff in there and hope it wins. Now bringing out the good old FK 231, good old French gun. The only bigger artillery guns you get in Harteneck. shkodder is still using his 2s, but they will not get the kills. Gets a kill on the infantry unit up here. Gets them pinned down. But it's not enough. It will not be enough to get him into any decisive comeback position. Artillery fire from the M30s, firing upon g0af's mortars. Falcanona firing, returning the counter barrage fire. They don't do. Oh, they actually get. I wanted to say they usually don't do much, but that's when they hit the supply truck and kill the. Because the supply truck is too close to the M30. The explosion kills the M30 as well. That was unlucky there. I mean, it's 5 of them, but still, usually, or 6? Actually, it's 6 of them, so yeah, they can kill stuff, but usually they don't kill stuff in the first salvo. They don't do much damage. But on direct hit, they're deadly. He gets the point back in the south, but yeah, it's just delaying the inevitable. Yeah, they also get the kill on the other one. g0af just has much too much on the field by now. For shkodder to handle. Though he fights relentlessly, he tries to show the best to all of the viewers. Doesn't give up. I like the attitude. Too much ether, though it's not my attitude, for sure. I give up. Oh, I surrender games pretty early most of the time. Not instantly, but yeah. If I'm sure I've lost, I usually surrender. GG out of there. Mr. shkodder fights till the end. MA-19 nearly killing 2, but the second MA-19 will for sure get the kill there. What an A piece. Oh, the 37. That was a caster curse right there. The moment it aligns, it gets credited by the 37mm on full range. That was a real caster curse. But this 37mm is doing a real good job for shkodder. Getting 2 ME410s critted there. Just want to fall back. Yeah, I like his idea of airplay. Finally kills the Tiger in the north, the bomber. But yeah, the airplay is for sure not what lost him the game here. But there's just so much on the field by now. And yeah, he for sure cannot stop this infantry push. And up in north, there's also so much infantry for g0af. And every minute the disadvantage for shkodder gets bigger and bigger. Because it's 60 points. That's 2 more infantry squad per minute by g0af, for g0af by now. Tiger winning duel against the T-3045s. Getting one crew panicked. And the rest of the Atigan of g0af also move over the bridge now. To secure these 3 flags in the north. But shkodder unloads too late there. Oh, he realizes it's now. They choose to right? No, wait. Why they are force unloaded? I guess they unloaded from the Jaroks over here. So yeah, he might actually win the infantry fight down here, but it will be costly. He killed the Tiger, so yeah, the south. He might secure his side of the river again. But he now loses in the middle. It's down to 17-7, only 4 minutes remaining. And yeah, there goes the surrender. And nobody can blame him there for surrendering. In the end, it's really decisive. 2,500 to 4,000 kills. Yeah, the twos really did a good job here. One killing an Atigan and 3 infantry squads, one killing a Pack and a Tiger. Really, the airplay was good. But yeah, the decisiveness was missing. Still a good play out of both. I think shkodder has his chance here in game 2. But g0af is a good player, so I see him as a favorite no matter the matchup. IDM, it's 44th. It was 44th. So let's see what we get next. So map number 2 will be pressed west with the map bands being Lenina, Astrono, Subuchny, and Siletze, Subuchny, Lenina, and Astrono. Yeah, press west is the map. Which is a lovely map and a lovely picture. Let's see if it's up already. I guess they're still banning divisions. Yeah. Oh no, it's already going on. Press west. Let's jump in there. We are in deployment. Yeah, especially if I don't have the quality of on high. So this one is a bit more easy to see. That third guard's Mechanized Corps against first Lovash. Interesting division picks there. I like both divisions. West is one of the newer maps. Right. Where is it? Wait. Yeah, it is. Usually, yeah, right. It's one of the newer maps. I think it's a really interesting map. Really hard to play. A lot of weird angles you can use. The center is really hard to fight in because you have like all these tree lines, the buildings over here. Using mechanized forces is much harder than on other maps. But yeah, Lovash versus third guard mechanized. I think that will be an interesting game. But yeah, we'll be back in a second with this. We'll send you into an ad break. I hope any one of you gets an ad. I know it's always a bit weird. Send you in a 30-minute ad break and we'll get myself some water. So, did any one of you got a net break? Just the first question, as always. Really want to see if this somehow works at some point. And then, next question is, who do you favor here? What division? Lovash or Third Guards Mechanized? I think I favor Lovash a bit on this map because it's an infantry map. And you can also use it Hungarian tanks pretty well. And the M40 the 40 M's are pretty good against Germans. But still, this time it's Lovash with Vanguard, so we have to see if shkodder maybe this time can hold out longer. If shkodder can hold out this time, because I really like this playstyle for balanced more than for Vanguard. But g0af is a good player, so it will be a challenge to hold out. But I hope we can see at least a close game where shkodder can make it close, can nearly make the comeback, or even make the comeback and win in a good match here and give us a tie in the first game of Steel Division League 2, Season 2. If you want to support the tournament, follow the channel, spread the word out there about the league. Would really appreciate that. And yeah, if you really want to support the tournament, you can either subscribe to the channel or directly contribute to the prize pool via Match Arena link in the description down below. And if you want to get any information about the league, like the rules, click on the banner down below, and all the groups are also downstairs linked. The Toldi deployed in the south. Yeah, it's not like the infantry of third is bad. Partisanis are pretty good. Anything with a Molotov cocktail is pretty good at the moment. And Partisanis have some. But yeah, the infantry of Lovash is better for sure. The shkodder has to win this game with Shermans and maybe again with his airplay. M42, Averine. So yeah, not much deployed just yet. Both taking it slowly. Another 40M. Really good at T-gun with HE shells. Good fire rate of fire. Another Paldian north, some Löwesch. Yeah, one of the few divisions with good MGs. MG42s. Soviet divisions with good MGs. MG42s for the partisans. Some sub-Harries and half-tracks. Interesting choice there. Hungarians have some AT rifles, so you have to be careful with half-tracks. It's not like against other German divisions, where you can usually bring them relatively close. So the range of the Hungarian AT rifles is a bit lower, I think. But I'm not 100% sure. Haven't played low Russian in a long while. Neither with them nor against them. Haven't seen them in a while. But with 3 bands, I think they step up pretty good in the ranking of divisions that are up to play. So they're for sure a viable option for the league. Valentine coming in. Interesting choice. Not going for a Sherman there. Valentine has really good accuracy. Or pretty good accuracy with 55. And rate of fire is also pretty good with a 6-pounder gun in there. And at least this one has HE shells, but no machine gun, which makes it still pretty weak in fighting infantry. And also only 15 HE shells. And it's not the best HE shell either. We're bringing in an AA gun, which makes me think that he will play an air play again. It's usually when I bring in AA guns early, I mostly don't do it to hold back the enemy air, but to save my air or like get air superiority by having AA support from the ground. Yeah, I don't think Valentine is bad. It's really good at killing tanks and killing medium tanks, but I don't know if you want to bring it against Löwesch, because Germans deal with all the tanks of Löwesch easily as well, and Germans are so much better in dealing with infantry, thanks to their 50 cal, thanks to the amount of HE shells they have, and I think their HE does even deal more damage, but I'm not sure about that. Yeah, but that's why I'm confused to not see any Shermans whatsoever. Another interesting feature is that these Su-76s have radios. So if you combine them with the other the artillery versions, you actually can pretty effectively... Oh, he turned off APCR. Interesting that he... cool to see that he micros them already. Thanks about that already. Because you don't need the 135mm penetration. The 105mm penetration is totally enough against all the all the Hungarian tanks. But yeah, if he uses Shermans here well, this game should be winnable for him. But at the moment we don't see any, so the Turans, all these, a lot of infantry. $80 kilometers, M38, MB, G5. One Rujarok to hold the southern flag together with Poldi. I think there's not 750 points. I think there's some aircrafts in the air. If he doesn't deploy more. Not many, but some aircraft. His Partisanis are really cheap. So parries are a bit more costly though in half tracks. But well-placed Saparis should be able to hold their ground against Hungarian infantry. Well, Valentines have less armor than Germans, so why would you take them for taking AT hits? So here we go. Let's have a look. Defensive setup, yeah, as expected. So the question is, okay, a lot of infantry going. The Flamers, most likely. Yeah, the Flamers going for the town. Or is it only Flamers? It's only Flamers, yeah. No way, T-rifles there. T-rifles over here. Going relatively aggressive as well, but not for a flag just now. This one is the setup for pushing onto this flag. So let's see how many flags you can capture. One push into here. Ooh. I think shkodder is making a mistake with not sending any units into this. Because that will give up the flag really easy, and you don't just want to give a flag away to one flame squad. Or one infantry squad. So yeah, this flag is falling. Oh. Interesting choice to go that far. I haven't thought about this deployment, but I don't think it will work out. Ooh, just on the edge, just out of range there. But yeah, the Hujaroks are coming up. So, wait, what? Yeah, okay. He's going real deep here. Hoping for g0af to not having send any units there. But g0af did. That's the thing is a mismarker of g0af. Bringing back the Taldi. Coming in with the off map now. Getting the flag over here, and shkodder has to be careful. Don't want to run in there. Please, shkodder. Unload earlier. Yeah, okay. He does. Realizes that there's something there already. Yeah, that's the problem with not bringing Ognomachiki. If we would have had Ognomachiki, at least 2 or something, he would have killed a couple of these. Or it could have started the fight there. Okay, g0af going for real aggressive off map, but that's a bit off target. The partisans go into position. shkodder should be able to secure this, save this flag. I think he should be able to win this fight as of now. But he really has to save this flag. He can't go down to a 15-9. 14-10 is okay. He has 31 minutes. But yeah, 59, only having 15 minutes. That's not what you want to do with balance against Vanguard. Ooh, only one partisan coming in. And it's still moving. It's a move command. Not an attack command. No! Oh no! Not even throwing one Molotov. That's a big misplay. Because if we would have combined the partisans here, he for sure could have held the flag. Now he loses also this flag over here. That's a lot of misplays. I've hurt him dearly, and he still doesn't have this flag back. Valentine now starting fighting with the Turans. Gets one killed, second one escapes. Yeah, he should try to go for this now. We'll open fire on the next Turan. Captures the flag in the middle back. And yeah, he needs the flag. He should... he doesn't realize that this flag just got taken. Because he really needs to take that back. Oh god, even losing this one now. Close to an 18. You don't want to go there. Not pushing anywhere. Getting an unlucky crit there. But the fuckable takes a while to follow up. Yeah, Gove takes it back, so at least the P-39 survives. Doesn't kill the off-map though. The off-map fire is coming in. Partisans might be able to... Yeah, they throw the first. Nearly kill one. Wait, he not getting the kill. Unlucky there. Ah, that's unlucky. 2 shots not getting a kill there. Loses Partisanis over here. Surrenders the Lurvers though. So now he should be able to move the Partisanis up. Kills one Flamer. Ooh, 3 shots, not a kill. That's really unlucky there. Killing one of the Hojaroks at least would have given him, I think, the advantage down here. Still not... I think he should still be able to get this flag back. But yeah, he has lost too many flags. He really needs to move in somewhere. Only having 12 minutes in great. And now he also loses Partisani to AT gunfire. Because the 40M of Gove does get the kill. RNG Jesus on the side of Gove there. And he also brings in the artillery, the Goering. And Toldi and other artillery guns are helping out as well. Okay, there was a weird strafing run. Yeah, now he's on a disadvantage in the infantry fight in the south. Only 3 Partisanis against 3 Hazaroks. Should get the kill on the Fokker Wolf though. Thanks to his 37mm. Sage. P-39. Fokker Wolves are fast. P-39s are fast as well. Who's actually faster? I think the Fokker Wolf. I cannot see. Okay. So yeah, has to take back. Doesn't get the kill. Sapphire is getting pushed back as well. So yeah, this looks like it will go for Gove. At least got the flag back here for now. But Partizani's out of range for Molotovs. So they will lose against Hujaroks. Because the FEG-31M is a really great gun. Really great rifle. Yeah, one Partizani cannot stand against. Even with Molotovs, you don't win against 3 Hujarok squads there. There's now just too much infantry as well over here. This is looking really grim. Just 1 point away from an 18-6. And it's already only 10 minutes left for him. Gove really playing this well. Doing all you have to do. And shkodder, I think, kinda losing it by deployment. I think he brought in the wrong units at the wrong places a bit. Don't think he fought too bad. I think what the micro he had and stuff was all fine. Don't think Gove was much better there, but just bringing in the better stuff into the right spots. And then also getting a bit lucky. But yeah, it's now an 18-6. And it's not even B-phase. Yeah, finally Germans hit the field. These bad boys have to do a lot of cleanup. Only one Langosh, only one Flamer surviving in the town. But yeah, there's so many infantry guns now firing onto this road. Yeah, Partisanis in the woods can fight one Hujarok, but 2 Hujaroks are too many. And yeah, the German alone doesn't do it either. Germans are great, but not in a 1 versus all situation. And he has just 2 little infantry in A. Guess he will bring in a lot of, like he might bring in more in B, but B phase will not be long here. Ooh! Even getting in flamer range here. Gets it back to 6 minutes, but yeah, even 6 minutes is not enough. And Valentine's will just arrive on the front by that time. Bringing in Valentine's ain't a good idea here. The Partisan is actually nearly killing both Hujaroks. This Hujarok being in a bit of a weird spot. But they are out of Molotov cocktails now, and only 1 man against 9. shkodder at least taking back this town. But yeah, there's too much now Prokov behind that as well, so he cannot take this flag easily. And yeah, he has a lot of cleanup to do in 5 minutes. A lot of cleanup. Bringing in Guardia DPs, that can do the cleanup for here. But he needs to take all of these flags. Because even if he pushes it back towards only +1, he still is a lot of points down, and there's 7 Turans coming down here. g0af not giving him a break. Using his Vanguard income here. And the MCHARs can clean it up, but it will take them too long for them. They're not even in a good position to do so. g0af will not get its bumps off. This one might finally die. Yeah, gets an air kill there with his King Cobra finally. But loses nearly all of his Guardia DPs in transport. Oh no! Turans and 40Ms doing good job there. 40Ms still pinning them down. I know he brought this ferry down here, so only one. It was only one Guardia DP going down. Thought all 5 transports were Guardia DPs going here. But no, he brought in some parries, but yeah, only 3 minutes there. If we would have, let's say, like if we would have all of B phase, might maybe be able to do it, but with only 4 more minutes, it will be really, really hard. So he's actually fighting the Turans. Getting a kill there. Getting some bombs off on others. Like, I really like his airplay. I think shkodder should work on trying to survive till his air force can win him the game. I think that is a good game plan for the future. But it will not do enough this time. Even pinging for artillery guns here now. So he knows what he's doing. Or what he's supposed to do, at least, let's say it this way. But yeah, there's just too much stuff here. Valentine going down, and yeah, that's this flag. And with all the infantry dying there as well, that's game for sure. Bombing the artillery gun instead of bombing the front line that he needs to take back. Well, at least might get the kill here. Yeah, gets the kill there at least. For the KD, guys. For the KD. g0af making sure that nothing gets this flag back. So at least taking this one back. So at least isn't a 3-time tick rate. Yeah, only 2 minutes remaining here. And as we know, Tyrants cannot just kill Germans, they even can kill IS-2s. As we've all seen yesterday. From amazing Mr. Vulcan. In his nice game. I think it was a 10v10 actually, where he played Lovash and killed an IS-2 with a Tyran. There's a nice clip of it on Reddit. If you haven't seen it yet, you all should have a look at it. Because it's also really funny to see Vulcan's reaction on his actions. Now, yeah, a lot of infantry coming in now, but these 10 boys will come in much too late to save shkodder here. Gets a kill on another Tyran himself. Tries to get the Fucker Wolf 189, but there's a 40mm and that's game. So yeah, KD wasn't too far apart. Actually started leading in the KD, but yeah, he had to kill more because Lovash had the better income. And he just used the wrong units. I think his management of units is really good. He just really has to work on this, and I think he's well fitted in Division 2 from skill-wise when it comes to managing stuff and using individual stuff. But like the combinations of units he used were a bit off in both games. I think that's what he has to improve on for future weeks, and he still has 4 more weeks of group phase left. Still 4 more chances to get back here. g0af already getting into a good position with a 2-0 victory to advance out of Group A of Division 2. But yeah, it's only week 1, guys. It's actually not even week 1. But yeah, that's the first result we have. With g0af scoring 3 points for the victory here. So let's have a look if anyone else is playing. Let's have a look. Don't think so though. I think everyone else is playing it next week or two. Like I think 2 other matches will be going on tomorrow because 2 other guys are gone for next week, and the rest should be played in the regular week 1, starting at Saturday. I will be gone though for Saturday. I will be on a frisbee tournament, so maybe Angry Bird will stream some games there, and I will be back Sunday evening. And hopefully be able to stream some games there. So yeah, if you play your games at Sunday night, Sunday evening, let me know. I will be for sure looking forward to cast out games then. Other than that, hope to see you all around. Great to have you all of you guys here, and now I will send you over to Mr. Vulcan, who is playing Age of Empires. So yeah. Let's give him a lovely rate. We'll send you over. And hope you guys are all ready. 15 viewers ready. Nice. Give him a nice welcome. And yeah, have fun over at Vods.